Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna do this as if I'm just like recording it. You guys can ask questions in between this. I'll be happy to answer questions. If anything like confuses you, you want clarification, you can ask, and I'll try to answer it the best I can. Okay, so basically, here's what you do. You start the league, and we'll go over this as if this is you're either a newer player or you're an intermediate player. Like you're not the most hardcore player. You're not like flipping currency 24/7. This is just the everyman guide that everyone can use, even if you suck at the game and don't have much time to play. So we'll go over the broader subjects, and then we'll narrow it down into like shit like whoops and stuff. So very broad. Efficiency is everything and speed is everything, right? So we'll go over the map real quick again. What you want to do is you want to do your portal. You want to go default portal. You edit your map device, and then you put your map device up here, and then you edit your Zana or whatever, and you get her like over here. You edit your stash, you get it over here. And the reason you want a default portal, oh, why isn't this moving? The reason you want a default portal is because this is too big. You might accidentally click on this. So watch, if I put in this and I use my default portals, much easier to see, right? You see this? It's much clearer. You're not gonna like misclick really. And then so you edit your Zana. Zana might be right here. Okay. And and here's what you do when you do it, you set up like this, and if you always come out here on the portal. So let me show you. You finish the map, let's just pretend that these are like items, okay? And so you're like, okay, I finished the map. You always end up right here. So actually you want your Zana to be like here. See this? You want your Zana to be like right here. So you can just click her instantly. And then you want your stash then to like kind of be like right there, see? And then so you can click on Zana and click on your stash at the same time. So this is the proper setup, because when you come out of the portal, you're always right here by default. Okay, so efficiency, you sell all your shit. You go to your stash tab 1, you spam click all your currency, you go to random, you spam click all the other stuff, and then actually, I'm sorry, you messed that up. The second you come out of the portal, okay, the very second you come out of your portal, when you're done with the map, you click the map device and you activate another one immediately, right? Because while it's opening, you sell everything to Zana, go to your stash, shift click, spam it everywhere. That's why you see me spamming identifies like so fast, because I don't care. I just want it all done. And then so you put all your currency in here, spam click it. See, it won't go in there obviously if you don't have currency. So you just spam click everything. Scroll down 1, put all this in here, right? And there you go. Bam, you're done. Your portal will have opened, and then you go in here, and then now you can start mapping again, right? And then you rinse and repeat. That's like a very broad thing. Another thing that you can do to be really efficient is one more thing, have like 5 of these, because when you're doing that early on in the league, this will fill up extremely quickly. Okay, so you don't want just one random tab. You want, I'd say, at least 4 or 5. Okay, so that at the end of your play session, when you're done, you're ready to go to bed or whatever, you can sort them afterwards. So do not resist the urge to sort. Next, you see how I have this run tab? Okay, here's my run tab. I usually do this at the end of the night, and here I'll just show you rare. These are my rare maps. Roll all your maps at once. Roll all of your rare maps at once, so that what you can do is when you start the night, here you go, okay? When you start the night, you can put like 15 maps, I'd say. See this? You just put 15, and then maybe you do 16, because the 16th one that's sticking out will go into the map device, okay? So you do that, and now you run 30 or 15 at once. If you're like super crazy, like Valspark Dry Lake, or not Dry Lake, sorry, Valspark low level maps, you can do like, I don't know, 25 or something, because you're not gonna be picking up that much stuff. And so imagine that quantity is how fast you can run maps, right? This is why Magic Find is not very good anymore, because if you just run all these in sequence and do not stop to like do anything else, there's no way you're going to be poor. There's just absolutely no way, because in between getting a couple chaos per map, like on average like 6 sockets, fusing, chaos, and the occasional big item that will drop, and selling maps later on if you do your atlas correctly, there's no way you're going to be poor. Okay, if you're poor still after the first week, it's because you didn't do this efficiently enough. And I'll stream all this so you can see like what my method is. And after that, after you've done like this big broad picture things, you want to shape your atlas correctly. Okay, so you want to make sure that your atlas is shaped to your build. Okay, so first of all, that depends on you playing a good build. So if you play a bad build like Heavy Strike, you're going to be poor the entire time, okay? But if you play any decent build that can clear fast, Volspark, Cosprey's, even Shield Charge early on, even some kind of like, even Flame Blast is okay if you like that kind of stuff. Just make sure you go fast. So you're going to want to unlock your Atlas. You can type !Atlas to view like why I did that. I'm not going to go over all of that, but essentially the basic rules are you clear up to tier 8 or 9. Okay, clear up to tier 8 or 9, clear everything, clear Shaper, clear the Guardians, and then you don't want to clear all of tier 10 because you want Shape Dunes to drop. You don't want to clear all of 11, you only want Strand to drop. That's the basic rules, and you go from there. Watch the Atlas video if you want. And this way, by having a good Atlas, you're going to make so much money. Reason being, okay, the reason you're going to make so much money is, number one, it's synergy with this. Like, you know how Instruments of Virtue synergizes with attacks and spells that you cast? Well, having a good Atlas synergizes with how efficiently you run maps and how efficiently or how fast you can run maps. Because running an Atoll, a Mud Geyser, a Strand is very easy, good XP, good. You're not gonna miss items really because it's in a straight line either. But if you're running shit like Shipyard, Temple, Crematorium, where is that bitch? If you're running Crematorium, holy shit, all right, you might think, oh, I'm running red maps, but no, you're not. You're just gimping yourself. So don't do that. So have a good Atlas first and foremost, and you can think of a good Atlas bonus as heavily increased quantity, okay? And it'll be more fun. And then so you start selling maps right away. Make sure that you check map prices. So you need a trade macro. Let me turn on my display captures so you can see what I'm talking about. This is very important as well. Display capture. All right, watch this. So let's say that you drop a Minotaur map, right? Where's my trade macro? Here we go. You see that? You hit Control D, and at the beginning of the league, you'll check which maps sell for a lot, right? And then you weigh your opportunity cost based on that. So right now, what's this? Jungle Valley is 1 chisel, so you'll never sell this, right? But let's say, let me go to my stash and I'll show you something. What is a T14 Shrine going for? Probably not very much either. Oh, there's none of these found. What the hell? Call of the Grandmasters. All right, look. So you see that Hall of the Grandmasters, it starts at 16, but it very quickly goes up to 20 and then 25 after that. So you know that you want to sell this. You do not want to run this, okay? Because the chance of you getting something worthwhile, it's not worth it. So you do this to the red maps and the higher maps that you get early on, and you'll be able to sell them for a lot of money. When you get to the Guardians and the challenge one. So for this league, the challenges are Dark Forest, Overgrown Ruin, Core, I messed this up, Coliseum, and I think Abyss, maybe. So you'll sell those right away. I was selling some of these T15s, T16s for close to an Exalt early on in the league, because you don't want to run those, right? What are the chances you're gonna get 40 chaos or to 70 chaos of value when running this? You won't get it, so you just sell those. So sell maps early. How would you go about killing the Guardians? Wouldn't just buy you buy the completion. That's what I did early on, but you can try it as well if you want. So next, so that is the basics. And then let me go back to window capture here. Make sure you download the trade macro. Sell the frags as well, okay? So that's the basics of mapping efficiency in like the broader sense. Now let's talk about specifics. More specifically, in your offhand, you're gonna wanna get 2, if you can get it early, 2 Haku weapons, because the Haku weapons give quality to your Enhance, Empower, Enlightens for later. Early on, you won't be able to get this. Early on, you want to get 6 blue sockets, and then in your blue sockets, you want to socket Disciplines. Disciplines, I feel, is the best is the best gem. Now, as you can see, I used to have like half a page of these because I would only level disciplines. And the reason being is discipline at level 20, it takes 210 million, I believe. I think it's around 210 million. Whereas skills, not only do they take more than 200 million, they also have to be leveled twice because you're not going to be spending GCPs early on in the league to level it once. You know what I'm saying? So you level it much faster and more cost effectively than a skill gem. And when you get, because nobody cares about the quality on discipline, they want level 21. And since CI will always be the meta, oh, Chris Paul, thanks for the sub. I'll give you your kisses later. So afterwards, when you get to level 20, you just want a level 21, and CI is going to be always popular throughout the league no matter what. Okay, so what you do is you get a bunch of these, and so you level 6 of them at a time, and then you vol them all. Usually my luck this league was 1 out of 4. It was really good, but I've heard numbers like 1 out of 6, okay? But even if it's 1 out of 6, if you're farming lakes, if you're farming, once again, synergy, guys, synergy is everything. If you're farming a good atlas, your disciplines are gonna get leveled so fast. They're gonna get leveled so fast that like you won't even believe it. And then so, next, Morrissey, it's not gonna get Shrek'd, not for a while. The way that Rory was kind of talking about it, you know that they're not gonna do anything to life ES balance for at least a couple leagues, so you're safe for now. I promise you that. And then let me tell you another thing. Disciplines are very nice because a question that I got asked a lot is, why don't you just do empowers, right, and enlightens? And later on I will do that because I hate clicking that little plus button. But early on it's like this: would you rather have a chance of getting 2 exalts every day, or would you rather have the chance of getting 14 exalts at the end of the week, right? Effectively, it's the same thing, but you want the chance to get a few exalts earlier because it's the time value of money. When you get those 2 to 4 exalts from a discipline early on, Deathreal, thanks for the sub. When you get those exalts early on, it allows you to buy things like a perfect sack harvest. It allows you to buy your Chill of Corruption. It allows you to buy your Call of the Brotherhood and your ethereals first of all. So always go for the quick gains. And also you can do some really autismo stuff late at night. If you're the kind of person that plays late into the night early on, you'll make more. And I'll tell you why, because so here, I'll just show you on PoE Trade. Where's my browser capture? Here we go. So look, I'll type in discipline now, and I want a level 21 in Essence League, okay? There's probably, see, oh my God, are you kidding me? No. Did I spell it wrong? Are you fucking kidding me? There we go. Okay, I spelled it wrong. So this is late into the league. You see this? So there's not gonna be as much, but right now, I would say it's prime time for a weekday, right? And it goes from 99 to 3 exalts. When you play early on, because if you play a fast build like Volsparker, you'll be first to market with these. And even if you're not, it'll only be a few other people. So if you're able to stay up until like 3 a.m. sometimes, and you're the only one, first of all, most people don't do offline to check if there's anyone. See, there's so many offline, but online is the market. Don't look at offline. And people who are lazy like me will pay a premium to get that extra 15 ES early on in the league. So if you can play late at night, people will gouge themselves. They'll scam themselves. And what I do is early on in the league, like the very first week, disciplines I'd say are a fair price at around 2.5 exalts. But what you do is you put it for 4 exalts late at night, and people will offer like 3.5 and stuff, and you'll take that. You'll take those offers. Anything over 2.5 as an offer, you take it, but make sure you list it as 4 in case someone tries to scam themselves, because people are RMTing pretty hard early on in the league, dude. They fucking RMT so hard early on that people will spend the money to buy it. Enlighten's good as well, yes. So So early on, like Enlightens and Empowers, those will be like what, like 10 exalts. But think about it like this: they take a lot longer to level, right? So you get more chances at getting this currency earlier. I would always urge you to get the currency earlier because Empowers take so much more. Because you're not qualitying these at the beginning, right? You're not using your. I guarantee you guys aren't using your GCP on these early on. So look, this takes 7 times longer without any quality early on than a discipline. So, and is it 7 times more expensive early on? It's close, but it's still not worth it. You want the intervals to be quicker, right? Like if your DPS is just imagine as DPS. DPS is the same, but whether you're attacking faster or slower, right? You want to probably attack faster because you can benefit from things like, I don't know, like culling and stuff. So you always want your money to come faster. You putting up chaos or exalts? I do exalts because exalts will go up pretty fast, and then also some of the things people won't take chaos for, right? For the big items. Do you level it twice at the start? No. Discipline, nobody cares about quality, so you only need to level it once. That's why it's so good. So yeah, so do that. You make a ton of money from disciplines if you play a fast build, okay? And here's the thing. Disciplines, you have more chances at a 21. Empowers and Enlightens, you have less chances to vault because they take longer, right? Intrinsically. So let's say your RNG is bad and you vault like 3 or 4 Enlighten Empowers and you don't get it, you're fucked, right? Because now you have to wait like another couple days or so, or another few days or so to get it up again. So that really sucks. But disciplines, you just reliably keep leveling these. It's so easy. And so that's what you do, and that's really easy. Now next part is whoops. All right, you gotta get the whoops. And if you guys don't know what whoops are, I told you guys. Van Gogh, thanks, dude. So now with whoops, there are going to be meta builds. Okay, so when the patch notes come out, what you're gonna want to do for sure. Oh my God, so many. When the patch notes come out, the second the patch notes come out, what you're gonna want, where's like the most recent patch? Let me just go to Reddit. Oh my God, there's so many. All right, let me where's my browser? Okay. I downloaded this. You see this? I fucking downloaded this. Is retarded. Thank you so much, guys. Okay, next, where's the patch? Here we go. So let's just imagine we're running through this as a new league. Okay, so oh my goodness. So 2 days before the patch, they'll release this, and what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to like pretty much like go through this religiously, okay? And when you see things like buffs, nerfs, if they are to any kind of meta skill or a skill that people are going to be excited about, you want to set up your whoops. And so I'll show you what whoops are. Here's my Jews, okay? These were spectral throw jewels that I sorted. It's not even very good, but whoops are basically a live search that you do that will inform you with a whoop if there's a new item available. And for jewels, my cutoff is 5 chaos early on in the league. I'll buy any 3 mod that's good 3 mod and not generics for 5 chaos or less, and I'll sell them instantly for like anywhere between like 20 and 40 chaos the first few days. And the reason you want to do this is because the meta jewels are something that are inelastic, okay? They hold value very well from start to finish, and people always want it, and so you want jewels. Now, what you do is you set up 5 of these, one of them for attack-based skills. You set up one for Blade Vortex, because unless that gets completely gibbed, Blade Vortex jewels might be the most expensive ones. Fizz damage, area damage, spell damage with a shield, maybe any kind of non-generic attack speed on there, or just generic damage. That will be like, I don't know, like 6 to 10 exalts sometimes when people are lazy. And so what you're going to want to do is whoop for Blade Vortex, whoop for Essence Drain, which is just spell casting, a whoop for attacks, and then a whoop for any of like the other like weird meta things that you can think of, right? Like Valar Nostra. You might even want to steal the Valar Nostra jewels that are like 1 chaos or less. And so basically for me, I have 5 of these, and so I'll be whooping all the time. Like when I'm playing, you'll hear it. It'll be like whoop, whoop, whoop. Every 15 to 30 seconds, there'll be a whoop at least. And so you just steal everyone's jewels. You steal everyone's jewels, okay? And you can sell those so easily. It's so crazy how fast the jewels sell. And you take those chaos early on and you convert your chaos into exalts, because exalts go up. They start at probably what, 30 to 50? I don't know. I don't remember, but you convert them to exalts and you buy the good stuff, 30% sack harvest, and then ethereal. Oh, you want to buy your ethereals early on too, because those start out cheaper. So that's that. After this, you do things like, now there's additional what add-on? It's not an add-on, it's live search, this one. See, you click this and you set this timer to like 15 seconds or something. And every 15 seconds, it'll refresh for you. Now, other things, there's items that you can do. You can set up whoops for enchants, but most importantly, you want to set up whoops for hubris helms that are missing a craftable ES, because people will sometimes see like, oh, well, this ES helm isn't very good because it only has like, 200 something, but they're forgetting that you can craft 68% from Haku. So you steal all of those hubris helms. But this isn't reliable anymore because everyone knows about the hubris helm trick and everyone's trying to scamaz each other on hubris helms, so that's not reliable. Jewels, because there's so many and so many different of these roles, you're less likely in most cases, unless it's like a Cosprees or a Volspark jewel, you're less likely to get it sniped. So jewels are more reliable for a new player. Other than that, that's about it. I do a couple other things that are like not anything too crazy, but it's like kind of beyond the scope of this little talk. So that's about it. If you guys have any other questions, ultimately it's still play a lot. Okay, you just gotta play a whole lot. The more, everything about this game is time based, it's not skill based. So play a lot, play efficiently, because playing efficiently equates to playing more, right? You're doing more content faster. And so yeah, if you guys have any questions, you can ask now.